How's it going, everyone? Okay, let's take it here. Welcome back to episode Collectables Haul. It's been a while since my last episode. Yeah, just things going on, Christmas, and there was a few things going on with me and the family. We just December was just a very stressful month for us all. I did talk about it in Kane's bedtime in my recent episode. It was just when one thing happens, we think we're okay, then another thing happens, and just for December, I wasn't really worried about recording anything or editing anything, but it's the new year. It's the 2nd of January, I think now. Maybe, what's today? Sunday. 2nd of January, yeah, because New Year's Eve was Friday. So back in the groove, editing, recording again, and got some catching up to do with Collectables Haul. Another reason I'll talk about later on, because even though it's been a while since recording my last Collectables Haul, I don't have a lot of comics, and I will explain why, but I tell you what, let's just start from, a few months. I feel like it's been 2 months. So I got my recent haul here, and then I'll talk about the reason why my comics have gone down a little bit. To kick things off, we've got issue 24 of Avengers of Vampirella. It's wrapping up. Next issue is the final issue, unfortunately, but spoiler alert, there's another, it's going to be continuing on. I actually went a bit ahead, but I'll explain that in a minute. Picked up a blind one, issue 1 of Ants. I was seeing this at the comic shop for the last few months, and I just never picked it up, and I thought, because I was not getting a lot of comics, I thought I'd stick with the shelf and pick this one up, and I quite enjoyed it. It was actually really good. I really recommend it. If I remember, it's a young girl. She a young girl, her dad works in this science lab, and he's working on experiments, and then someone's trying to take him out, and then she gets injected, and then she's basically an ant kind of thing. And yeah, I remember quite enjoying it. I mean, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I do remember enjoying it. Another blind one, Girl Scout Stone Ghost. I can't for the life of me remember what this was about. Let's have a skim through. Oh yeah, I remember it being really weird. I mean, look at this panel right here. Yeah, that's why I don't remember it, because I was like, what is going on? So yeah, if you like random, there you go. Sorry if I sound weird. I was really bad. I bought a lot of sour candy, and yeah, it's like poison, unfortunately. I'll eat so much of it, and now my tongue's all gone funny, and there's a cut underneath now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give away the sour candy. It's my favourite flavour. And I wasn't gonna miss the Vampirella Holiday Special. Really good. I think it was like mini stories, if I can recall, and I had a really good time with it. Yeah, some dude's controlling creatures and sends them out. That's right, it's all holiday themed people trying to take her out because they're being controlled, and then she ends up stopping them. Alright, I picked up issue 1 of Batgirls. Yeah, it was alright. Probably won't pick up the next issue. It was just a light read, nothing too sort of major. Issue 6 of the Invincible Red Sonja. Can't really remember what happened in this one. If I got it right, this is the one where she's controlled and she breaks away from the spell. I remember right at the end, she falls into hell. So we've got to continue on. I was going to save this for the end, but I might show it now because I picked this up not in my last trip, but last trip. I have a figure of Batman from Batman Beyond. I really love the cartoon. It's one of my favourite series of all time. Love the comic run of it. It was really awesome, and yeah, it's so awesome to finally have a Terry Batman figure. It's really awesome. So my recent trip, I have 2 comics. I have, this one's upside down by mistake, Joy Operations. Yeah, it was okay. And issue 1 of Cloaked. Really good. It's a take on sort of the Batman story, but just in a different style of comic. So yeah, I want to read the next issue. It really caught me at the end. And then, so I picked up another figure. Mecha Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Looks really cool. Yeah, 30th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, and the comic shop had a load of the figures in this set. And yeah, it just looks really cool. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. It's my favourite sort of ending, with the Death Egg referencing Star Wars, and Mecha Sonic was a really cool sort of second to last boss. And yeah, might have an appearance in figure combat at some point. So what I'll open the figures now. I was going to save them for my unboxing series, but what I started to notice, because I was getting into the habit of recording a lot of video, like unboxings, saving them and then just editing them when I'm ready. I got into the stage where I was getting so many, and I thought, if I don't edit these, there could be an issue where I have a broken port, I'll lose them forever. At least if I upload them, then I've got the video. So yeah, let's not keep holding them off. So I spent a weekend just bulk editing, doing all the unboxings and Kane's vlogs, and with the figures I found that even though I was recording them and there was like 5-10 minutes, a lot of it was dead air trying to open the figure, and then there was like moments where I'd be like, oh yeah, this is cool, yeah, but then I thought, oh, that's no point keeping that in. And the videos would be like 2 minutes long. So yeah, it's not really worth a video to upload, but because I recorded it, I want to upload it. So yeah, if I buy any figures during my comic trip, I'll open them here in Collector's Zone Hall, and then with other figures I'll just open them. I mean, it's cool to do an unboxing video, but it's just going to be 2 minutes long. It's not really worth uploading. Oh, I suppose what I could do, I could just bulk record where I'll be like upcoming fighters for figure combat. Ooh, there's an idea. Tell you what Batman figure I really want. The Batman White Knight series, Batgirl, like Barbara Gordon in her GCPD Bat outfit. It is such a cool outfit, and I hope one day they do a figure of her in that suit. Ooh, I'll get a trading card. I've been noticing a lot lately with DC stuff, because King Shark had a trading card as well. Terry? Hey, cool. Check that out, that's so cool. Really awesome. It's probably my favourite Batman figure to date. Surprised there's no spin-off Batman Beyond game like with the Arkham series. I think it'd be really cool. Tell you what, I won't stress about getting the little gadgets out, but just in case I lose them. So there's his Batarangs, which look really cool. Got changeable arms, and then we've got a build a figure right here. And if you spin it around, you get the Joker head as well. I'm not going to worry about getting the other figures to build. And now let's bust open Mechasonic. I wonder if there's a Knuckles. Knuckles in the, like Sonic X and all the adventure games is really cool, but I like classic video game Knuckles, so I hope well, hopefully they release a figure of that one. Now there's a figure, that is really cool. Really awesome. I really like these. I mean, there's been a few figure sets, especially when they're trying to do the video game Sonic. Not the real best looking figures, but these are really cool. Keep doing these ones. Now you got a spike trap. It's actually rubber. Yeah, so people don't bloody stab themselves. Alrighty, on the topic of my comic situation. So, as you can see, normally I would have a big stack of comics, especially a lot of Vampirella, a lot of Red Sonja, and just a lot of blind stuff. Well, I made the decision a month ago, and I was dreading it. I thought, please don't hate me. I have to do it. I cancelled all my subscriptions. There's just a number of factors. It was hard keeping track because I love my Vampirella and my Red Sonja, but there were so many series going on, and then when I finally finished the series, then it's like, oh, continuing on. I'm like, no, I need a break. So it was getting to the stage where I'm like hoping for a break, and then they're making more or creating more. So that was one thing. It's like just getting a bit too not frustrated, but flustered trying to keep up with all these issues. I mean, there's Red Sonja issues that are, I haven't seen a release of an issue for ages, and then one comes out, I'm like, holy shit, yeah, that's right. So that was one reason. Two, here in Australia, it's getting really expensive now, just with the exchange rate between us and the United States. So the comics over here, when they go up in America, they got to go up here, especially trying to make up for shipping costs and everything. So that was another thing with the amount of comics, and then a lot of comics I'd pick up and wouldn't enjoy it, unfortunately. So that was another reason. Third one, I am happy with my collection of comics. It's just getting a bit too big now, and I'm getting to the stage where I'm going through them all, and the ones I don't like, I'm just going to give away, or I'm trying to sell, but it's really hard with this day and age of trying to sell comics. I mean, I dumped a load when we had a a bulk rubbish. I just thought, I'm not going to stress trying to sell them. Just going to put them in a bag and just throw them away. So that's another thing. Collection's just getting a bit too big now, and at the time when I wanted to get into Vampire and Red Sonja, I thought there wasn't going to be that much. It's just going to be quite a small series, but holy shit, did they really start pumping them out. And I had to cancel a lot of comics because, I mean, Harley Quinn got ridiculous, unfortunately, but Batman Beyond, talking about, the figure I just opened, I loved Batman Beyond, especially the current run, but the issues were just getting too lengthy, so trying to get every single issue was a stressful thing. And another thing is just losing track of comics that I've read in the past few years I really enjoyed, but then I would say I'd get the comics in my own time. Won't worry about a sub list, I'll just focus on my main comics. And then it gets to the stage where I can't find the comics, then they get priced too high from like eBay. I mean, there was one comic I've been, funny enough, just keeping on the topic, don't worry, I'll get to the the big, where am I going with this in a few seconds. There was one comic to finish my series and it was too expensive. It was just trying to get the final issue, and the site I would normally go on to, were always sold out. So in saying all that, I've decided, so for Christmas this year, my family got me a tablet. I'm moving digital. Not all digital. Even though I cancelled all my subs, I still love going into my comic shop, talking to the crew. It's always awesome catching up. And now I'm going in blind, and if I see a comic that looks cool, I'll pick it up. So now it's shrunk. Now we're moving on to digital. So yeah, for Christmas, family were asking, what do you want this year? Is there anything in particular? Current gen console I was thinking of, the new Xbox, but one, I can't get one. Two, too expensive for my taste at the moment. I'm going to wait for it to go down, so I thought, what can I really benefit from? A tablet. So I thought, alright, because my mum, she was telling me, look, because she's the only one in the house that has one, and she's not someone that likes technology. She's, old fashioned. I'd rather, instead of FaceTiming someone, no, I want to ring on the phone. Could still do like banking letters, instead of getting like digitally sent like through email. So you see what I'm getting at. But she has a tablet. She's had it for a few years. She loves the thing. She loves watching her movies on it. She can FaceTime with like family members now that she's worked that out. So yeah, she swears by him, and she was always telling me like for the last few years, get a tablet. If you would benefit from it. So I thought, okay, how can I, what can I get out of a tablet? Because I don't want to just buy one for the sake of buying one. Got a phone, got a laptop, got a computer. So me and Luke, as Luke was thinking, get one as well. Well, family getting one. Basically, we give each other money and then we buy what we want. And at the time, these were on special, so it was in the budget, and I thought, awesome. So me and Luke were discussing, right, what are we going to use with these? I found out you can draw on them. You can actually, do some drawings, and I downloaded the app Critter, is that what it's called? That's my main drawing program. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite ones to use, and had a little test run, and I was pretty happy with it. And now I can see what I'm drawing, which is awesome. So there's one. I can watch all my TV, like Disney Plus, Amazon, all that. As fun as it is watching on my TV, sometimes I just like laying in bed, and even like with YouTube on my phone, I'll watch. So a few nights ago, I decided to give a run of that, and there was a lot of feedback with Disney Plus that it was really dodgy, and I thought, alright, I'll give it a test run. I probably was up for 2 hours in the night, just on my bed, watching my tablet. Got a few episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars in. I watched an episode of a few episodes of The Simpsons. Just sort of small things, so if it crashes, I don't have to try and go back so far. No issues whatsoever. And I've also got Amazon Prime, so I can watch all my shows on, Amazon. So there's two. It's really good. I wasn't uncomfortable at all, and what I'm going to buy is a HDMI converter at some point, so I can, watch my TV. And I'm just going to get rid of my laptop now. It's a slow piece of shit every time, and I'm just going to use this from now on. And so that's two. The third one, what was it? There was a third one, but I wanted to save the last one because it's for this video. There was a number 3. Give me a minute. I'm going to end the video and I'm going to be like, oh, yeah. It's not coming to me, so I'll tell you what, I'll just move to the fourth one. And the biggest reason, I'm going digital for comics now. And so last night I thought, alright, I'll finally move on and just read a few comics. And what I like with this Comixology, there's a lot of free comics you can read, so I thought I'll take advantage of that. I have read... So last night I was up till 3 in the morning. I thought I'm going to be bored, like not bored, but like, how do I put it? So laying in bed trying to read, it's going to get uncomfortable. No, I was fine for like 2-3 hours reading comics. So I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comics. I thought I'll give it a good test run, and not to shit on sort of, reading the real thing. I much prefer reading comics on my tablet now. It was really awesome. I don't have to set up a light now because I love reading comics in bed. Don't have to set up a light anymore. It's not uncomfortable trying to flick through the pages and keep it up. And the best part is when you read the comic, if you double tap the screen, it feels like a movie. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. So yeah, one of the first comics I bought, and I think it's cheaper now. So one of the first comics I bought, issue 41 of Batman. I'm finally back to reading that series because I was really enjoying this series. And issue 41, 40 issues, I had to give it away because it was just such a trying to keep stored. So yeah, very happy to finally pick that back up again. And the good thing is I can archive it, so I can remove it off my list now. So I have bought a few comics and I downloaded a lot of free ones, and there was quite a few good ones in here. So we'll start with the top. Alright, so this was a free one. I quite enjoyed it. Abiding Perversion, is that right? So there you go. Really awesome artwork, and I had quite a fun time with this one. I thought it was going very Red Riding Hood like, but it kind of went away from there. And yeah, it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it. And I'll just show an example with the so if you tap, and this is what I thought was really cool. I mean, look at that. I mean, I was always complaining about so much text on so many pages. Now it focuses on one little bit and it feels like a movie, so it's really cool. So that was another upside, reading comics on this now. So yeah, I'm reading a lot more now. My only nitpick, there's a lot of comics that I do want to read. I feel like older issues of Mortal Kombat. I really want to read some Tomb Raider comics. Fortunately, they're not on this site, and maybe they will eventually, but so for now, sort of limited, but there's so much to read on here, so I've got plenty of comics to read. Another series I'm going to finally finish, and I was really enjoying, issue 4 of Dark Fang. So it's pretty much a vampire, and she just takes advantage of her powers to just control the world and just get what she wants. And now she's in trouble. This guy's punishing her, if I remember. But yeah, I remember picking this up years ago, and I just never got around to getting the other issue. So I think there's only 5. So next issue, I'm almost finished. And that was one of the biggest things with getting this tablet and going digital for comics, is just finally finishing off series that I've really wanted to finish for the longest time. And it's just so good to finally be able to do that. Now, I'm positive I got this for a free comic book day. No, it was a crossover event. So I thought, just why not? Issue 0 of Darkstalkers. The comic I was talking about just then, it was Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter, I think, which is a really good comic. I really enjoyed that, and this was just for free. I was going through and I thought, oh yeah, that's cool. I know Morrigan, she's quite a, built up a legacy with her games and stuff, and yeah, it was pretty good. It was almost like reading a Vampirella, except she's a succubus. I always love me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, this one, the first issue was free, and yeah, really. I'm not sure if it's following a previous comic or if this is a new one. So there's three turtles with Splinter taking on some bad guys, and then we learn that Raphael was sort of split away from the group. So yeah, really good read. I just remembered the other thing. So playing games on this rather than my phone now. So, but yeah, I'm not really fussed now I'm thinking about it. I'm more excited with my comics. So remember when I was talking about Vengeance of Vampirella, issue 25 was the last issue. It was the day I cancelled my subscriptions and I got issue 24, and then I realised that 25 was the last issue for this run, and I was like, oh, I could have held off one more just to finish the set. So I went ahead and bought issue 25 of Vengeance of Vampirella and finished the series. And it's continuing on, so there's going to be another run with the Vengeance of Vampirella, which is really cool. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, last comic of the night. Just going back to when I was talking about I was really enjoying the comic series and I just needed the last issue and I couldn't get it. The sites that I would use either sold out or just expensive. Now, I finally finished that series. Venom Space Knight. This is probably one of my favourite series, and I forgot about doing a KHT CGC for this episode. Venom Space Knight. I really recommend it. If you love Guardians of the Galaxy, you will love this. I had such a good time with this comic, and for the longest time, all I needed was issue 13 to finish it off. Now I finally finished it, and what a great ride it was. I remember having the whole series, and it was when I was sort of losing track of comics, and I thought I've got to bulk read and just spend a few days just reading comics that I haven't got to reading. Venom Space Knight was one of those days where I just sat back and read all the issues and couldn't put them down. I was having such a good time with them. So yeah, I finally done it. Finally finished reading it. And that is an end to this episode of Collector's Zone Haul. I am so excited to get back on my tablet and just read more comics. It's a game changer for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved reading, my comics. I'd get, for every fortnight going into my comic shop and getting my latest issues and just spending the day just reading them all. But something about reading them on a tablet and just in that sort of cinema mode that I call it, it was a different experience. And just laying in bed and I'd have something in the background just like, oh, you don't even have to swipe, just tap. And I really want to find some horror ones. I think that would be really great to sort of read through. And that was another thing with like actual comics. Sometimes I'd go to try to get to the next page, and then I see the next panel and it's a spoiler of something really sort of epic, and hopefully that'll change with doing it like this. And what else do I want to say? So with my Collector's Zone Haul series, I wasn't sure if it was gonna, if I was gonna end it or keep it going, especially when I cancelled all my subs and just picking only 2 comics up, and I thought it's not really worth filming an episode. And I thought, all right, well, I'll just bulk, save up. So I'll spend a month or so just getting comics and then record a video. But then I thought, I always love doing it on my fortnight where I do visit the comic shop instead of waiting so long in between. Well, I think we're going to be able to do that, especially with this thing. Definitely money well spent. Well, definitely a great Christmas present, even though I bought it myself to Liam from the Great One. So yeah, I'm really stoked, really happy with this thing. I thought I was not going to be so with it. I thought, yeah, I'll just play with it for a few minutes and then just stick it on charge again. But nah, I mean, watching my shows, reading my comics, drawing. I'm still yet to, what I want to do is take all my drawings and put it onto this thing and then finish, especially my Red Sonja drawing that I've been working on for the past year. So yeah, still need to give that a proper go, because I just literally sat on my bed and just went to have a test run to see if the app worked, and it does, so good. And tell you what, I'm going to end it here before it turns into a Kane's vlog rather than Collector's Zone Haul. I'm excited because I was really worried that I thought, yeah, this series won't be able to continue, and I actually really love filming for this series. And yeah, Collector Zone haul lives on. Very happy, and yeah, I won't hold this up any longer. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Hopefully fortnightly now.